everyone, and welcome to the Visionary Dream Channeler YouTube channel. My name is Juan Tamez, and I will be doing the weekly angel guidance for May 1st through May 7th, 2017. And I will be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck, Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, along with the Angel Dreams Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Melissa Virtue. And this week I'm going to be doing the reading a little bit different. I won't be doing the 7-card layout. This time I'm going to be doing the card reading by sign. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Aries. In this particular reading, we're going to have 3 cards, which will dictate the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week. And the dream card will give us a little bit more insight into what we can expect for the week. So for Aries, we begin with the 8 of Earth. So the 8 of Earth is indicating that if you are going to school right now at the moment, it's time for you to get ready to study. It's time for you to get yourself into the books, read as much as you can, remember as much as you can, take notes, review everything. If you can get into a study group, get with the study group. Do whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself in the best position possible to get ready for your exams, for finals, to present your paper. Maybe there's something with work that you need to put together. So you have this week, or maybe the beginning of next week, to just kind of get things rolling, get things into motion, get things ready for the week. For the middle of the week, we have the Page of Water. So this is telling us about somebody coming into your life, an emotional situation that could happen. It could be emotional, maybe positive or negative. It could be a love interest coming into your life as well. Perhaps you meet someone through a study group that you have been wanting to get to know, or maybe someone is introduced into your life because of the work that you're doing, the type of work that you're putting out there, having to meet people, having to go out and just do different things, where there's interaction. So there's a good possibility someone new comes into your life. And for the weekend, we have the King of Earth telling us that whatever you do this week is going to pan out on your favor, okay? So you have the possibility to do anything you want this week, okay? Put your mind to it. Don't let anyone distract you. Don't get swayed by anybody. You know that once you put your mind into doing something, you can accomplish it and you will accomplish it. Just remember that it's all in you. You have to put the time, the investment into doing this. And the 2 Earth cards are talking to me about stability. They're talking to me about being grounded, being present at the moment. And the water, the emotion, is telling me that you have to do things because they're coming from within you, and you really feel the need, the urge, the want, the desire to do those things. So you're not going to be doing anything that you don't feel like doing. It's whatever you're going to be doing this week, Aries, is because you're being driven to do it by your emotions, You're being guided. So the dream card that goes with this is premonition. So the premonition card goes with the emotions card, because the premonition is telling us that you're already getting some type of insight into what you want to plan out and execute. So just make sure that you follow that guidance, that intuition again. If there's something coming in through your dreams, through your clairvoyance, through your clairaudience, through feeling, follow it, trust it, believe it. It's not going to sway you in a negative way, okay? This is all for your good, of yourself, maybe of your family, of the world, perhaps. Maybe you have a great idea that can revolutionize so many things. So don't sell yourself short, okay? Aries, I know that whatever you want to do, you can accomplish. Just don't get swayed by anybody else, and you will start attracting, whether it's the money, in this case the Earth cards, whether it's the love in the emotions card, and your intuition is very high this week. So make sure that you follow it, however it's guiding you, okay? Next we have Taurus, and for Taurus we have the Dreamer. So the Dreamer card is talking about taking a leap of faith, starting something new, going in a new direction, not being aware of what the outcome may be, but you're just taking that leap of faith. Maybe it's time that you make a change in your life, whether it's work, whether it's change of city, change of house, something, change of diet. You know, you're just thinking of the new opportunities that can come into your life if you just allow yourself to take this new step. Okay, and this is your month, Taurus. You know, Taurus is end of April, beginning of May, so we're still in your time, Taurus, where you're going to want to start something on Monday, May 1st. I think that's a great day to start. It's the beginning of the month. It's the beginning of something new, and this is the card of beginnings. So we're off to a great start. We're followed by the Eight of Air. So the Eight of Air midweek is telling me that there could be situations that are going to hold you back, okay? There's things that you have to consider, that you have to think about, that you have to put into perspective before you take any major decision, okay? So if you're taking this leap of faith and it's something that's a little bit too big and you're chewing off, you know, you're biting more than you can chew, then think about it, okay? Don't rush into anything. Just think about the situation, because you don't want to fall into a situation that's very uncomfortable, that you don't know how to get out of later, that it's going to cause you headaches, that it's going to cause you, you know, digestive problems because you're so worried and so stressed out about everything. Keep calm, breathe, relax. Everything's going to turn out fine. For the weekend, we have the Ace of Fire. See, things turn around for you. There's nothing that you cannot accomplish, okay? So that midweek is going to maybe set you back a little bit, and you might even feel a little bit like down, or like, is this really what I want to do? Is this really what I'm meant to do? Is this really my path? Believe it, go with it, do it. Just put everything into perspective, because this Ace of Fire is telling us that by the weekend you'll have a new breath of fresh air. You know, you get something, a feeling of, I can accomplish this. I don't know what I was thinking before, where I was holding myself back, when I have the ability to accomplish so many things. Look at all the things that I've done before, what I'm going through now, and what I can do later. Everything's just falling into place. I have nothing to really worry about. And your dream card is school. So if you are a school teacher, for example, you may be thinking about the end of the year, and maybe you are a first-time teacher. You know, this is your first year teaching. Maybe you have a few years teaching, but it still seems rather new. You're still figuring out things. How am I going to do all these things for state exams, or for exams for the school, or how do I teach the students in a way that they can understand and they can connect? You have everything inside you with that Ace of Fire. You have everything in you. You've already learned this. You've already gone through this, through the school yourself. You've already gone through all the steps that you needed in order to get to the place that you are at now. So don't fall back into self-doubt, okay? Let the self-doubt go. If it's something that you need to really consider, because you're moving house, because you're changing cities, you're changing states, and there's something that you need to really put into perspective, then think about it. If you're wanting to go to school, you know, and you're thinking about the finances, everything's going to work out in your favor one way or another. There's scholarships, there's loans, there's so many things that you can do. And all you have to do is really believe and apply yourself. Okay, good reading, Taurus. And now we have Gemini. So Gemini, we start the week off with the Star. So the Star, I like it because the first thing that came to my mind is you are a star. You know, you shine bright. People love you. People like the way that you communicate. People like the way that you make them feel. Maybe you have a lot of words of wisdom that make people feel good in your presence. So just share those happy moments with people. You know, sometimes you can be very entertaining, and people like that about you. And entertaining, you know, in a good way. Not that people are going to be laughing at you, but laughing with you. You know, you just have a charm about you. So start the week off very positive, very in a high note. Again, we go into May 1st on Monday, so that's the beginning of the month and the beginning of the week, you know. So shine brightly. Next, we go to the card for the midweek, which is Unity. This card having to do maybe with your relationship. So maybe you're very happy to be in a new relationship. Maybe you're newlywed and you're very happy in this relationship that you have. So keep up that work on your relationship, keep moving forward, make things positive each and every day, even when you don't feel your best. Try and keep up with just feeling positive, just knowing that you have a partner that you can rely on, that you can count on, and who's going to help you, through thick and thin. And the last card is the Six of Water. So this Six of Water is talking about memories. It's talking about past events, things that we've gone through. So don't fall into comparisons of people. Everybody's going to be different. Everyone's going to bring a different element into your life. They're going to breathe something different, whether it's positive or negative. You decide what people come into your life and what people actually stay in your life. So we're finishing off with the dream card, which is spring, talking about awakening, projects, and renewal. So maybe you have to look into the past in order to move forward. Maybe you're just looking into the past, not because you're stuck in the past, not because you're comparing to anybody else, but because the past has brought you so many, it's something that you can rely on for moments where you don't know how to move forward, where there's moments that you're kind of stuck. So when you think about the past, you are thinking about the moments that have helped you become the person that you are. So you spring into action, you move forward, you awaken, you're able to plan out your projects, you're able to feel refreshed and renewed. It sounds very like Cancer. Cancerians tend to go back into the past and think about stuff. So Gemini, if you have to go into the past slightly, just for the moment, do it. But don't get stuck there. Maybe the next weekend will be about family reunions or some type of family event, and that's what also reminds you of the past, okay? Or making plans for next year to make a trip with family as well, okay? So great reading, Gemini. Now we move on to Cancer. In Cancer, we have the Four of Earth. So starting off the week with money, you have to kind of keep in mind, Cancer, that money can take us in very many different directions, whether it's a positive or whether it's a negative, whether we overspend, overindulge, or we just become too greedy and we want to hold onto that money and not want to spend it and not want to have less of it, because then we fear that we're going to be out of balance and we're not going to know what to do in the future because we don't have enough money. Money comes and goes. Money is just a part of our cycle, of our experience. So don't hold on to it so much and don't let it go so freely. Balance it. Think about it. Think about the payments that you have to make. Think about the money that you have to save. Think about what you want to do, what you want to accomplish with that money. For midweek, we have the Wheel. So it's talking about balancing everything. Once again, I just mentioned balance, Cancer. What are you not balancing in your life? Are you giving too much of yourself to your material stuff, to your house, to your partner, to your work, to your school? To what? What are you giving too much time and effort into? That you need to finally find that balance, because midweek you're going to feel drained, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel that, oh my goodness, I'm giving so much into these things that the energy's not flowing. The energy's not flowing as it should flow because you're holding on to certain things. And by the end of the week, we have the Queen of Water. So we're talking about relationships and being much more centered. So as you learn or relearn or adjust your energy to flow as it should, you're going to find that balance within yourself, within your spirits, where everything just seems to be okay, everything seems to be fine, everything seems to be where it needs to be. This Queen of Water talks about being in tune with yourself and with others, being a very loving and caring person. You give because you want to, not because you're being forced to. Everything you do comes out of your heart. You're just a kind-hearted person. You're very loving and nurturing. And this is something that you put into your relationships. Any type of relationship, professional or personal. You're going to put that love, that caring, that touch of warmth into the relationships. And the card that goes with this. The angel dream card is green. And I like this green card because it's talking about compassion and love and cultivation. Green has to do with the heart chakra. You're going to be giving this week from your heart. Don't overdo it. We go back to the first card talking about money. Don't go overspending. Don't go giving more than you can, if especially if it's financially. You know, give your time, give your attention. But if you're being drained financially because of other things, don't feel so compelled to think like, well, I'll figure it out later. Think about it now, because later you don't want to deal with these problems, okay? Find the balance. Awesome, Cancer. Very, very good. So we move on to Leo. And Leo, for you, we have the Knight of Earth. Okay, so we're beginning the week with the Knight of Earth. Kind of like on a high note, feeling very good, feeling very balanced, feeling that we've accomplished many things, that we've moved forward, that we can much more secure in the things that we already have. Okay, so Leo, it says here, time to buckle down and get things done. So if you haven't already gotten things into perspective, you will. If it seems like things are just a little bit out of balance, or just a little bit like not exactly where you want them to be, it's okay. You're going to get there. By midweek, we have the Page of Air. So don't listen to the gossip that you get, okay? Don't listen so much to what people have to say about other people, or the opinion that they might have over you. You know, you make the ultimate decision in your life. So if people are coming to you with rumors, they're coming to you with certain gossip, they're coming to you with certain expectation of a reaction, don't give it to them. Okay? Don't let them steer you in a way that you don't want to go. And by the end of the week, we have the Eight of Water. So you're definitely moving forward emotionally. Okay? You're taking the steps to find something bigger and better, something that fulfills your life, something that makes you feel royal and regal, you know, because you are a Leo after all, and you like nice things, and you like things to be bigger than life sometimes. So you're taking the initiative, the steps to get there. Don't let anybody pull you back. And the angel card that you have is Dolphin. So Dolphin is talking about being in touch with cosmic consciousness, being in touch with the higher knowledge. So if you're able to take a moment to just meditate, to just take a moment and tune out people who don't need your attention, you're going to get to where you need to get to. You know, it's talking about taking a breath. Breathing has to do with meditation. And just being free. Dolphin is telling me about being free, about having communication with others honestly and openly, and not really worrying about what other people may say or think, because you're not going to listen to the people who don't need your attention. You're going to listen to your friends, to your family, the people who love you and care for you and who know you best. Very good, Leo. Now we move on to Virgo. And Virgo, we have the Nine of Earth, beginning the week with money. Awesome. So we're beginning the week with money. Does it mean that you're going to receive money? Perhaps. Perhaps you may come into a little bit of money. You may find some money that you forgot you had put away, you know, in a pants, in a box somewhere. Maybe you'll find some money on the street or somewhere. So you're going to be coming across money. Maybe a pay increase would be nice, wouldn't it be? So there's so many ways that we can see this, but it's also talking about enjoying what you already have. The material things that you've already accomplished, that you've already achieved, that you've already bought, that you already have at home or with you. Take the time to enjoy all of that. It's not just about wanting more and becoming a bigger person, or in the sense of a materialistic or money. You know, it's also a sense of, who am I? What have I accomplished? Where am I going? What do I want to do? And what do I already have? You know, what am I grateful for at this moment? Midweek, we have the Five of Water. So there's a contradiction here between what you already have, what you want to achieve, and then things that are not going the way that you wanted things to pan out, or things that are not going the way that you wanted them to go. So if you are trying to invest money into something, think about it. Which is the best way to invest this money? How much money do you want to invest? Is this a risk that you're taking, or is this something that's going to be beneficial? Because you definitely don't want to have a setback on your path, and then by the end of the week, we have the Five of Air. So this is talking about choices and decisions. So Virgo, definitely this week, think about your money matters. Think about how your money is being spent, what is being spent on, and how you're going to find that freedom, because we have a double five here. So the five is talking about freedom. You're seeking a freedom, a financial freedom, and you haven't achieved it quite yet. So you may have not achieved that financial freedom you're looking for. Think about how you invest your money. If you already have financial freedom, then think about where you're spending that money, because you don't want to be set in a negative situation where you're just being overwhelmed because you have so much money and you want to spend it that you make unwise decisions. And your dream card is selenite. Selenite is a stone that clears energy. So what you need to do is you really need to clear your energy, Virgo. Okay, it's time to either meditate, go out into your backyard, to the park, to somewhere that's very nature. Connect with nature. Allow so many things to just be released from your body, to be released from your soul, to be released from your heart. Don't hold on to any negativity. Selenite is going to clear the energy. If you don't have any selenite, it's okay. You don't have to go out and buy selenite to clear your energy. You just have to think. You just have to imagine that you're releasing all the things that no longer serve you. And you don't have to go out into nature. I just say go out into nature because a lot of people like to connect with nature. They like to go out into the park or to their backyard or somewhere where there's woods or something, and they can just connect with the trees, with the grass, with the sky, with the clouds, with the earth, with the sun. They just want to connect and kind of focus their mind on something else, just forgetting that they're going through certain things for that moment and just releasing their spirit. So Virgo, make wise decisions. Think about what you're going to do. Next, we move on to Libra. Libra, you have the Knight of Water. So this card is talking about potential romantic relationship. Okay, so it's talking about emotions. You can start this week very emotional, very loving, very caring. You can start this week just wanting to be understood, wanting to have some love, wanting to have some understanding. So it just depends where you fall in the spectrum of love in your life, of emotions. Someone new could definitely come into your life as well. Someone that has been watching you from afar and finally decides to approach you. So you might have a new prospect this coming week. And if you already have someone in your life, then there's a chance that you might be taking things a step further. Maybe starting to think about living together, maybe getting married, maybe having a child. There's just different things that can happen with this card. For midweek, we have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is talking about intuition. So it's talking to your higher guidance and listening to your higher guidance, paying attention to the signs and symbols that you receive. So let's say there's a new person coming into your life. Does this person feel like they can be someone positive in your life? Do they feel like they can be someone who you can trust? Do they feel like there's someone that you can give your time and your attention to? Listen to that intuition. And then finally, for the weekend, we have the Ace of Water. Ace of Water talking about new relationships. So we definitely have something with emotions happening this week, okay? Whether it's a new relationship, whether it's listening to your intuition, whether it's taking that leap of faith and falling in love with someone and giving your all, then go for it. If it feels right, then do it. And your dream card is Mugwort. And this card is talking about, it says rites of passage. So rites of passage would be like coming into, I'm going to say this, into coming into your own. Okay? You've already gone through different situations. You've already come through different life events that you've come into your own. Okay? That would be your rites of passage. You've already conquered so many things. And now it's time that you allow to be loved, and that you allow yourself to love and give love. And a lot of Libras are about giving love. I think a lot of people are about giving love. But talking Libra specifically, they tend to balance, love and work, and love and school, and love and friendships, and love and this, and love and that. So you're always in a constant balancing act of, do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this? Do I do that? So now is the time for love to come into your life, to receive it with open arms, and to give your best in this relationship that may possibly be happening. Now we move on to Scorpio. In Scorpio, we have the Ten of Air. Okay, so this card is talking about a difficult situation, okay? What kind of difficult situation? Well, that depends on what situation you're going through and how difficult you want to make it. Ultimately, how difficult do you want to make things, do you want to be the leader and show, the path, make your own path, and or do you want to follow others? Okay, so whatever situation you're going through in your mind, you're going to find the solution. Ultimately, you're going to make things happen for you, because you're not going to allow things to bring you down. You're not going to allow anyone to get in your way. So you start off the week breaking barriers and putting things aside and making sure that what you want is going to be accomplished. Then we're midweek, we have the Two of Air. So you have a lot of things going on in your mind. You're weighing a lot of situations, a lot of opinions. You're weighing a lot of emotions perhaps. But it's a lot of things that you're thinking about in your mind. And even though you're seeing the end of the situation, even though you see the solution to the situation, not everybody thinks like you. Not everybody's going to agree with you. So keep in mind that this Two of Air is talking about talking with somebody else, having conversation, having a difference of opinion, but don't lock horns. If that person doesn't see things your way, let them think about it. Let them see things from your perspective. You just got to give them some time, and you can also learn to see things from somebody else's perspective. And by the end of the week, we have the Justice card. So this Justice card is telling me that whatever it is that you want to do this week, you can accomplish. Just don't feel so rushed. Don't feel like things have to happen when you say they have to happen, or because you want them to happen right away. Just take your time with it. Be okay with things not turning out the way you want them all the time. Because, again, not everyone will think like you. And it'll take them just a little bit longer to get there. And then your dream card is Snake. So this Snake card is talking about rebirth, releasing, and integrating. So just like a snake releases, their skin, and they shed their skin, they're going through a rebirth. Scorpio, you may very well be going through a rebirth. You finally figured out the way to make things happen for you, and you feel so happy and excited that you want them to happen now. But not everyone is at your frequency. Not everyone has your best interest in mind. So make sure that you have your own best interest in mind, okay? Make sure that you just move forward, and that you let go of things that you don't need, whether it's people, whether it's situations, whatever it may be that you need to release it, let it go. If you have to let it go, then do so. If you don't have to, then think about how this situation or person or thing falls into your life, and when you're going to make time for it, and is it worth even still having around for you. Okay, because if you're on a different path, if you're on a different level than other people, then it's time for you to fall in line with the people that are going to most benefit you with your wants and desires. Okay, Scorpio, we're good with you. And now we move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we start with the Three of Water. So we're starting off the week very happy, very motivated, with friends, with family, just with the happiness for life that you probably haven't felt in a while. So be part of the love, be part of the celebration, be part of the people that surround you and that love you and that want to be with you. You know, maybe you are thinking of doing something special for someone, because it's their birthday's coming up, or because, you know, you just want to do something special for someone maybe this coming weekend or during this month of May. And then we're going on to the midweek, which we have the Queen of Fire. So starting new things, finally letting go, and just starting. Let me get this together. With the wings open, you're starting to see that things are changing. You're starting to see that you can accomplish what you set your mind to. Not that you've ever doubted that. Not that you don't know that you can do that. But sometimes you just need to hear it, okay? Yes, you can be very confident. Yes, you can achieve a lot of things. Yes, you can do whatever you want. But sometimes we have to hear it from somebody else. So this may be your message, okay? Do what you want to do. You have the ability, the capability to achieve it. You are a fire sign, and we have the Queen of Fire midweek. So there's new opportunities showing up for you, okay? Don't give up looking and searching. Maybe you need to celebrate because midweek you find something that's going to change your life, that's going to change your perspective, and that's the cause of celebration. You know, that's the cause for you to want to be surrounded by friends and family. And by the end of the week, we have the Lovers. So definitely surrounded by a lot of people, friends, family. If you're in a relationship, even by your partner, your wife, husband, whatever, and you all celebrate something new, something that you've been wanting, something you've been thinking about, or the opportunity that's coming. And what did I just say, Sagittarius? You're a fire sign, right? So your dream card is fire. Okay? Talking about transmutation and purification. So you are a fire sign. You're a self-starter. You don't need anybody to push you. You don't need anybody to tell you to do anything. You do it because you're good and ready, and because you want to start it, and because that fire burns inside you very, very bright right now. This week is going to be about fire. There's just that the two fire cards. So you're definitely looking out there. You're keeping your eyes open. You're keeping your ears open, because at the first chance of an opportunity that you have, you're going to jump on it. Okay? So then we move on to Capricorn. In Capricorn, we have the King of Water. Okay, so the King of Water is telling me that the emotions are very deep in you right now. You are having, you're feeling much more charitable, much more loving, much more caring. Not that you don't, but this time it just feels different. It just feels much more secure. It feels much more I'm having a hard time putting the words together for this one, but just zen. It just feels much more zen. It feels much more organic. Okay, so you start off the week with the love. Let's see what we have midweek. We have the Five of Earth. Excuse me. The Five of Earth is talking about money issues. Not being so confident with your money. Maybe your money situation is being hurt at the moment. Maybe you're not making enough money. You're not making all the money you'd like to make. So even though you wish you could give more, you can't. So you have to give more of your time, of your love, of your compassion and understanding towards others, because your financial situation is not the best, and you may need to seek out someone who can help you or guide you, that you can talk to. Maybe you need to find a second job, and you find someone who's already established, and they're able to give you an opportunity. And by the weekend, you have the 10 of water. So family situations coming up. Feeling fulfilled emotionally. Okay, so I think that's where the Zen part comes in. Feeling fulfilled emotionally, maybe with your family, maybe with your friends, maybe with your partner, maybe by yourself. Maybe you feel happy with yourself. You don't need anybody right now. So what? You know, just as long as you feel in tune and okay, that's all that you need to know. And then your dream card is bathroom. It's talking about cleanse and clarity. So cleansing, what do you need to cleanse? You know, what is it that, because I don't have an answer for Capricorn. I don't have something that's coming through so strongly. I just feel like being zen, being in tune, or finding that part in you that makes you feel okay with who you are and where you're at this moment. Maybe when you feel that stability, everything else will come into play. Everything else is going to fall into perspective. Okay, clarify things that you need to clarify. Maybe you need to talk to your boss. Maybe you want a raise. Maybe you want to work more hours. So clarify, be honest of the things that you want. Be able to communicate those things. So we have that 2 water cards. It's also about communication. You know, speaking your truth. If you don't talk about your financial situation, then how do you expect to receive some help? Okay? Capricorn, and now we go to Aquarius. In Aquarius, for you, we have the first card, which is release for Monday. Letting go of things that no longer serve you, that you no longer need in your life. Okay? So, I think you either already come to that realization, or you will come to that realization of just letting go of what you know is not good for you, of things, situations, people, circumstances, whatever, that you need to release. Coming to the end of something, you know, maybe finding within that release your transformation, finding that new side of you that you hadn't taken into consideration before. Midweek, we have the King of Fire, and this King of Fire is telling us that we need to focus, you know, put things into perspective again, because we release something, we're able to focus on the next step. We're able to find that motivation. We're able to communicate openly and clearly about the things that we want, and we can put that out into the universe. And maybe if you write things down, you'll see how things, what it is that you really want, and what it is that you can kind of put into the back burner. By the end of the week, we have the Knight of Air. So things taking off rather quickly. So as you release, you come into your own, and because you come into your own, you're going to call in everything that you have wanted and desired, okay? And it's going to happen at a good pace. It says here kind of like quick or at a fast pace, but I prefer things to just happen when they need to rather than when I want them to. And finally, your dream card is Fire Opal, talking about sensuality and confidence. You become a very confident person when you let go of things. You become a confident person when you no longer worry, when you no longer have to think about what has been. That's when you find your fire. That's when you find your initiative. That's when you're thinking. Your initiative, your thinking, you have a clear mind. You are able to give your 100%, your 110%, your 150%, however much you want to invest into into what you want to start, into what you want to do, into what you want to see yourself accomplishing. Okay, so Aquarius, you're in a good position this coming week. You know, it's about starting May 1st, beginning of the week, beginning of the month, starting new, starting fresh. You've already got a plan, and you just need to execute that plan. So Only you can hold yourself back. And finally, we have Pisces. And Pisces, we have the world. So, it says here, congratulations. You've done a good job so far. Whatever it is that you're congratulating on, congratulations, you know. You deserve it. The world can also talk about travel. Are you going to be taking a trip this coming week? You know, have you already planned everything out? Do you have everything into perspective? Have everything the way you want it? And then midweek, we have the Seven of Earth. And it's talking about acquiring new things. So if you are going on a trip, you may be able to acquire new things. New knowledge is one, understanding. Maybe you just want to buy little souvenirs for people, and you're going to find the perfect thing for the people that you want to bring things back to. Okay, this is talking about if you're taking a trip. Congratulations also on the things that you've done so far, because everything that you invested your time and your energy into is going to pay off. So don't give up. And by the end of the week, we have the Ten of Earth, completion. We have completion of the things that you want. It may not be completion by this week, by the next weekend, but you're just being told, it's being reinforced in your mind. Don't give up. You know, everything takes time, everything takes effort, everything is going to happen when it needs to, everything's going to happen because it's the right time. So just keep going. And your dream card is Obsidian. It's talking about grounding, shielding, and there being a void. So it just depends on what spectrum you fall. Okay. So grounding to me is talking about grounding goes with the earth cards. Okay. Being grounded, being present, being ready to put the time and the effort into what you want. Shielding is protecting yourself, protecting the people that you love, protecting the things that you're doing, you know. Sometimes it's best not to say too much until things have already happened. So if you want to shield your things, just don't talk about it too much, you know, just keep it kind of to yourself. And eventually people, you know, will find out what's going on, or you'll tell them when the moment is right. Okay? So, very good, Pisces, with the world and the earth cards and the obsidian. Keep up the good work. That's all I can say. And I hope you all liked the video. Please remember to like, share, and comment. And I will be back with more readings.